UMBC Durka Durka. Oh, it's go time, boy. You called down the thunder, and now you got it. I decided to show a little bit of working class pride for this video, so I'm wearing my old Carhartt jacket that I used to wear on the construction site. See, you told construction worker jokes just like a fat boy there. You see, you guys are out of date with the fucking ponage. You gotta contemporize, man. Watch my fucking videos before you try to pwn me. Could you do that? At least so the fucking insults are up to date. I don't work construction anymore. But anyway, this is the jacket I used to wear. You notice it's got the authentic fraying and whatnot, and the fatiguing that only real work clothes get. And you know, the fancy stores in the mall, they try to imitate this, but it never looks quite right, does it? I actually thought about wearing my hard hat for this video, but then I thought, nah, that's a little too much. But I filled my customary wine glass with lemon lime Kool-Aid, baby. Oh yeah! Nothing wrong with some motherfucking Kool-Aid. That's refreshing shit. Maybe I'll get an endorsement from Kool-Aid, and then I can be one of you guys. That's what we all want, right? That's what all of the blue collar swine want. But no, you actually resent us for not wanting that. Well, I'll get to that later on in the video. So I get the feeling you were trying really, really hard to piss me off in that video. I mean, that's what came across to me. Like just little details that you threw in. You mentioned the Rockefeller Mansion. That's just over the fucking top, dude. I'm sure you valeted a lot of fucking places that were less auspicious than that. You just threw that out there because it's fucking Rockefeller, and you thought, oh, that's gonna make his blue-collar blood boil. He's gonna be like, oh, dang nabbit. No, man, dude, you're not gonna get under my skin with this bullshit. And then you were like, oh, well, wait until you see what I do in my next video, and lo and behold, you're deciding to sell unregistered copies of TJ's book. All I can say is, that is between you and the Amazing Atheist. Alright, I have no stake in this matter whatsoever. If people think that I'm getting a percentage from the sales of that book, they're mistaken. I don't get any kind of royalty or anything for my foreword. I didn't ask for any. When TJ and I were working on the book, I told him, you know, I consider it an honor that you asked me to write the foreword to this project that you obviously care so much about. I don't want any kind of compensation, so the only person you're ripping off is TJ. Don't try to piss me off with that shit. I think you're kind of sailing into some troubled legal waters by actually making a profit off somebody else's copyrighted work. You do what you think is wise, man. It does not concern me. Now, you know, you had just gotten done saying that, you know, you're not a classist, and I was right assuming that it was just a clever satire. But now I know you're a fucking classist. I mean, the first thing you said was, oh, well, you know, how can you get girls, fake Sagan? Well, because you're a construction worker, what, would you sit in the back of the pickup truck and be like, hey, mommy? Well, for one thing, I don't know why I become Mexican in that scenario. I'm about the whitest motherfucker on YouTube, so nice stereotype, I guess, but I don't really see how that works. And you know, it's not like in my social life when I was doing that job, I was going out to the bar with my hard hat on. Like, you can't tell a construction worker from anybody else when they're not on the job. Except maybe for the fact that I've actually got a little bit of fucking muscle. But believe it or not too many girls really hold that against you. So, whatever. You know, I miss that job sometimes. Standing out there in the rain, in this fucking jacket, with just the sweat on my brow and a fucking tool belt hung low around my waist, feeling like a fucking man. You know, I gotta say, I pity anybody who hasn't experienced that. Anybody male, anyway. I don't think too many women want to know what it feels like to feel like a man. Maybe some of them do. Anyway, I digress. So you mentioned that you have an uncle who's in the construction industry, and that he, even though he makes a lot of money, he drives like a people's car instead of a fancy bourgeoisie car. Well, I don't know what he's driving. I mean, I would assume it's some kind of pickup truck, because if this guy's a foreman or something like that, then they have to move things around, so it would kind of make sense that he's going to have something like that. But if what you're really saying is that he drives a Saturn instead of like an Acura, you know what bothers me is that you leap to the conclusion that he just wants to put on like a front for his employees, that it's just about seeming like one of the guys, and you know, wanting to satisfy them and show them that he hasn't sold out or whatever. Maybe he's doing it for himself. Have you ever considered that? I mean, you said in your video, what did you say? What did you say? You said that people resent you for having fancy shit, but if you were to offer them those things, their ego would not allow them to take it. Maybe it isn't ego, maybe it's a shame. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's a sense of fucking decency. I mean, yeah, like when I see somebody driving around in an H3, one of those big ass stupid fucking fake Hummers, yeah, I resent that shit. I mean, it pisses me off, because they're fucking up the environment. I can't see around the thing when I'm trying to make a turn, and it's just fucking obnoxious. It's like you're driving around in this big fucking clown car to show everybody how fancy you are, and it's, ooh, look at my H3. You know, but yeah, if somebody were to offer me one of those things, or if I were to win it in a contest, I would sell the thing or fucking destroy it. I would not want to drive one of those myself. It isn't a case of envy. It's the case of that behavior just disgusts me. Yeah, I don't aspire to be like that. If I were a fucking billionaire, if I had all the money in the world, I'd still be driving around in fucking, I don't know, I might get some kind of nice sports car, but I wouldn't drive around in like a Mercedes or something like that. You know, maybe I'd drive around in like a nice late model Camaro. Just because it's pathetic. It seems so sad to me that there's something so lacking in your self-confidence and your own personality that you feel you have to put on this big peacock display for the world. Like, ooh, look at me. You know, what does that say about you as a person? It says that you're fucking insecure. Anyway. I mean, there's just I understand that, you know, if you can afford to have nice things, then you might choose to have them for, but there's a cap. There's a level after which it becomes ridiculous. I mean, you need a car that's dependable. You need a car that's safe. You need a car that fulfills your needs, that gets you from place to place. But do you need a fucking Bentley with like an espresso maker in the dashboard? No. You know, when you get to that point, you're just being an asshole. And it's not my ego that would prevent me from wanting to have that. It's just, I have a sense of shame. I would feel like a dick driving around in that. And people that don't, they're shameless. What can I say? Now you said that Supex is nice to everybody regardless of how much they make. You can be nice and still be condescending. Let me give you an example. Oh, that was a really nice attempt at ponage, UMBC. You really impressed me with your stupid backwards Fred Durst cap. Great job. You see how that made you feel? I was being nice, but it was condescending. So, I mean, if you take everything at face value, SoupX is great. And you know, we covered all this bullshit in the first video that I made about SoupX. I'm not going to run over the same old ground because you're dumb. And you are. You know, the fact that I can get, or that I believe I can get better girls than you can, or more of them, in either case, has nothing to do with status. It's not like, oh, well, you know, construction workers, we get the fucking pussy. No, that's not what it's about. It's because I'm better looking and smarter than you are. And I've got what money can't buy. Cool.